Before they bury you, what is he doing? Just when you thought it was over, you're faced with what could be your toughest decision yet. Talk to Donovan and Father James. Father James and Donovan won't be shy sharing their opinions about where things go from here. Shouldn't I also talk to my people? Because if I'm gonna leave, which is the choice I would choose for Lincoln, because that's what Lincoln wants to do, is leave. Shouldn't I talk to Leo? Not Leo. Shouldn't I talk to my people in charge and be like, hey, y'all gonna be running this thing from now on. You need to decide what you're doing. I'm wondering now. And it sucks because there's no chapter select. Like, is there a unique ending if I died to Georgie? I don't think so. I don't think they would program that. But another game developer probably would have. Not to bash Hangar 13. I do like the Mafia games. There's just a lot about this one that's just off. Kind of broken and glitchy. And it does have two endings at least. I can stay or leave. None of the other Mafia games had multiple endings. Kicking up 20% of my earnings. I only make $20,000. Give or take. I think I make a little more than 20,000.
He said he wants to fly.
If it lets me continue playing after I make my choice, I'll see if I can show both endings. If it doesn't, you're just getting the ending I'm choosing. Because I can't replay through this entire game just to get the second ending.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead. Him and Georgie both.
It's the best news I've heard in ages. Can we get an amen, Padre?
So what happens now?
What do you mean what happens now? It's over. Done. Finished.
I ain't talking to you. Just cause Sal Marcano's dead, Lincoln, doesn't mean it's over. Now, what you did and the size of it all, you created a storm in this here city, and it's gonna take a long time for it to dissipate, if it ever does.
With Marcano dead, New Bordeaux belongs to me. Ain't nobody left to stand in my way.
You can't be serious. The point of this wasn't to replace Marcano, it was to remove him. This city's done gone through enough. It doesn't need another Sal Marcano.
This city? You've got to be fucking kidding me. This city is a cesspool. It's where people come to fuck and drink and get high.
You watch your filthy mouth.
It's what the city is, Padre. If it's not given another Sal Marcano, it's gonna shit one out.
He's right. If it ain't gonna be me, it's gonna be somebody else. Probably somebody worse.
Amen.
Lincoln. You remember what you told me when you came back from the war? How you wanted to go to California, leave all this behind, and just start all over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it ain't too late, Lincoln. You can still go. Go. And don't look back.
Listen, I'd love to stay here and debate the merits of one crime boss over another, but I've got a schedule to keep. Bit of advice, though. The scumbags you've been working with, kill them. All of them. Bury them before they bury you, buddy. I'll be seeing you, Padre.
God forgive me for standing by you through all this, Lincoln. But if you do anything except leave, we're finished. You hear?
Bob.
A man's soul can only carry so much. And mine is on the verge of breaking.
Take your throne or leave town. That's just to despawn all the people, I guess. Wondering if I can still talk to anybody. Nope. Just gotta make my choice. I mean, both choices do make sense. If I do leave, someone else is taking over, and that person is gonna destroy New Bordeaux. Where are my choices? Oh wait, here's one. This one is leave. And the other one I drive to the plantation house. Burke's the closest. I'm gonna run over there. If Burke has any unique dialogue, then I'm gonna run to all of my people before I leave. Because I'm leaving. I want to give Lincoln what he wanted in the beginning. If Burke doesn't have any unique dialogue, I just leave. Chances are he's not there. He's probably waiting at the plantation house. Because obviously when I become leader... When I become leader, they would be wanting to wait to see what I'm gonna do. Nope, nothing unique. Be nice if I could take Nikki with me, because she doesn't want to stay. Oh, it moves my car. Nikki wants to leave, and Bert wants her to leave, so it'd be nice if I could take Nikki and go. California is more accepting of gays anyways. So she would have a better life if she left Louisiana. I was thinking, if she was in my direct path, I was gonna go check on her as well. I don't think there's any unique dialogue. If they didn't give one to Bert, they're not gonna give one to me. Plus, she's one of the people that's talking to the reporters, so she stays here. Well, I guess she could have come back, but... Multiple angles. Dallas, Las Vegas, and Oakland.
After Lincoln Clay vanished, Thomas Burke assumed control of the city. According to his daughter, Burke's liver was riddled with cancer. He should have lived maybe, another 6 months. But that selfish bastard used the money Lincoln left him to go to Mexico and get a black market transplant. And then he hung around for another 16 years. Now, he flooded the city with booze, then expanded into drugs, first heroin, then cocaine. He used the same infrastructure he'd set up for moonshining, and within a year or so, most of the cocaine entering the country came through here. Anyway, Burke was one of the wealthiest men in the southern United States. Hell, he bought himself a seat on the city council and got the township's name legally changed to Bourbon City. But all that cocaine attracted other criminals, and Burke went to war with the Cuban gang. Shootouts in the streets, car bombs, a brothel burned to the ground. When the Cubans called him out, Burke came, armed with an M60 and grenades. He killed 8 men before they put him down, and that was 1984. And since then, no one has sat on the throne for more than a few months. The city is still a lawless fool's paradise. After Sal Marcano's death, Lincoln Clay disappeared. The Bureau deprioritized the investigation after a few months, but I keep an active file. In 1971, I tracked him to a California shipyard where he was working under an assumed name. By the time we got there, though, he was gone. The trail went cold, and by 77, 78, I figured he was dead. But then I got a report of someone matching his description working with the Colombians. Since then, there's a new sighting of him every couple of years.
Lincoln made it out to California. Worked at the shipyards for a few years. Met him a woman. Seemed like he was gonna get married, but then it all came apart. Don't know why. And he started moving around. He went to Alaska, New York, South America. He even went back to Vietnam. I still get postcards from time to time. You know, I think Lincoln wasn't able to accept the world for what it is, or his place in it.
Someday, he's going to get tired of running, or make a mistake, and I'll be waiting. I promise you that.
Okay, and that was it. That seems like a bad ending, but it's a good ending for Lincoln. Bad ending for the city. But I don't know. Maybe it would have been worse. Why did they choose Burke? Does it choose a random one? Like, would it have given me Cassandra or Vito and I just got Burke? Because I don't think Cassandra and Vito are going to take orders from Burke when Burke becomes the leader. That just makes no sense. I'm sure music will be playing, but that for some reason, only some songs are forced to be turned on. Other songs are not. So I'm going to let this play out just to see what happens at the end. I don't seem capable of doing anything during the credits. I pressed buttons and nothing happened. So we'll see. If it drops me off, as I said, you'll get the other ending.
Let me ask you something. Senator! Where were you when John Fitzgerald Kennedy was assassinated?
I don't remember. At home, I believe.
I don't remember. At home, I believe. Let me tell you where I was. A muddy hut in Vietnam. Slowly dismembering an old woman. Cutting her apart bit by bit. And do you know why? Because her son was an NVA officer. And hurting her was the only way to make him talk.
I don't understand what this has to do.
What he told us saved the lives of an entire platoon. That's 42. Men that lived another day because I was willing to take a saw to that old woman.
Thank you, Mr. Donovan. I believe that.
Sit down and just shut the fuck up! I did a lot of terrible shit over there. In the name of this country. Shit that will haunt me for the rest of my life. But I did it because I believed in the fight. I believed what this nation stood for. So, to be sitting there ass deep in mud with that old woman scattered all around me, and hearing that the President of the United States had just been fucking murdered, well, I knew right then and there that I couldn't let that stand. That I would find a way to make it right no matter how long it took.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that Sal Marcano and a group of conspirators murdered Jack Kennedy.
Oh, that is the most absurd thing I have ever heard.
I assumed you would say that. Don't fucking move!
This... You're out of your mind. If you...
Oh, I don't hold anyone's ambitions against them, Senator. And you certainly were ambitious, weren't you? You went to law school, and then you became a district attorney, and then United States Senate. After Sal Marcano died, I went through his files. Imagine my surprise when I saw your name over and over and over and over again. The mob wanted Jack Kennedy dead, and you were more than willing to help.
There are cameras everywhere. There's witnesses.
I want
You'll
them
never
to
get
see
away
this,
with
you
this.
stupid asshole, because then they will know that I am not finishing with you. I am starting with you. Oh! 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 And they're next. Gentlemen. God!
Get help, he has a bullet in his head. I accidentally disconnected the controller when I was moving. Oh man, that was funny. Now do I wait for another cutscene? Okay, those were some very long credits. See what happens when we hit continue. So it drops me back off, and I can get the other ending. Okay.